everyone, it's Jane Krakowski, and I am here to answer all of your questions on Ask a Star on Broadway.com. Hi, Ellen. Gosh, Ellen, I have been, luckily, because I've been doing Damn Yankees, I've been dancing 3 to 5 hours a day. So that has gotten me into better shape than I usually am. But dancing is my favorite thing to do, and whenever I'm in a show, I absolutely love it because the energy exertion of doing 8 shows a week sort of takes care of the exercise department. Well, Ryan, 9 was such an incredible experience for me. I had been living in LA for 5 years doing a television show called Ally McBeal, and I was really, really longing to come back and to do a live show on Broadway. And the whole entire experience of 9 was just delicious and special with Antonio Banderas and David Laveau, our director, who was a brilliant leader. And I just fell in love with the entire styling of the whole show. Steve, actually, I initially did watch the movie of Damn Yankees with Gwen Verdon because initially we were not going to be doing the original FOSSE choreography. We were going to be doing in the style of FOSSE choreography. And then the situation changed, and Mary McLeod from the estate of FOSSE came along, and they decided they were going to recreate all the original numbers. So in a panic, I decided to watch the movie to see all the original steps and to see what the style was like. Oh, Andy. I really enjoy what they write for me as Jenna on 30 Rock. I think what's kind of fun is that Tina embraces my musical theater participation and likes to use it. Like when my character this past summer did Mystic Pizza the musical over our hiatus break, and then gained 30 pounds, unfortunately enough, from eating 4 slices of pizza each performance. But I love how she sort of took a very modern movie and turned it into a musical, which is kind of, you know, what's going on in Broadway anyway, and I thought that was kind of funny. So that was one of my favorites, Mystic Pizza the musical. And we did a much longer number that only a snippet of it aired. One of my favorite earliest moments was when Tracy Morgan's character asked Jenna if she sings, that he heard that she sings, and she says, oh no, you know, nobody wants to hear it, and then she broke out singing New York State of Mind while we were on a cruise ship. That was one of my favorite moments. And oh, Tina also spoofed sort of that I did the Xanadu workshop as well by having me roller skate. I was thrilled when she asked me to sort of roller skate and use that skill, but then she asked me to do it with a 30-pound fat suit on, and that was sort of like, oh, all right. That made it a little bit trickier, but I do love all that stuff. Well, Janelle, it was thrilling to win a Tony Award. I did not pee in my pants, which was good because I had to give the Michael Kors dress back. It was absolutely amazing. It was a thrill of a lifetime, such an honor. You know, it's a dream come true. It's something I never thought that would happen in my life, and it was just amazing to have it happen. Well, Tony. Actually, yes, there were a few performances where gravity got the best of me in my little towel outfit. But that's the excitement of live theater, isn't it? I always thought on those days when it would happen, I'd sort of be like, oh, and try to push it back in. But, you know, people paid $100, you know, so it's all right. I've been to a few baseball games. Years ago, I did have a group of tickets with some friends for the Mets, but I've since slightly changed my alliance, and I have become more of a Yankees fan. Mostly and only because I sang at a private benefit for them last year, and I got to meet each and every Yankee, and I got to sit on Derek Jeter's lap, so my whole perspective of baseball had changed that afternoon. LEANNE. Hi, Leanne. My original birth name is spelled KRAJKOWSKI. And we realized when telemarketers would call our house from when I was a very young child that they would always say KRAJKOWSKI, which the J is silent. And so when I decided to get a professional name, we decided to take the J out so it would be said exactly how it's spelled. But I do find it funny that I could actually say that as my stage name, because I probably should have picked something like Smith or something a bit more easier than Krakowski. I actually went to Krakow a few years ago, and Krakowski means one of Krakow, a person of Krakow. And people, Alan McBeal was already on the air there, so people knew of me, and people would come up on the street and say, "Oh, we're so proud that you kept your name, and we love that Krakowski is your name." And so that was kind of special for me, because that's where my grandparents came from. Michael, on the cast of 30 Rock, everyone's pretty funny. I have to say I have a soft spot for Tracy Morgan, though. For some reason, he makes me laugh the most on the set. He just makes me laugh because he likes to sing songs all the time, and he sings like soft music of the 70s, and I always find that curious and funny. Well, Lizzie, this is a very interesting question because I was watching other stars Ask a Star segments this morning. And Kristen Chenoweth said that she never reveals what her song is. So I'm going to go with that as well. Oh, Tom, cheeky question. A lazy Saturday morning for me would be... I can't say this on TV. Or the internet, or the World Wide Web. Preferably sleeping in, I can't say this, with preferably another human being next to me. After I'm having a nice time on Friday night before, and then dashing off to do a matinee. Wow, Graham. If I was going to have someone write the music and lyrics to my life, I would most definitely pick Stephen Sondheim, because he would make me seem far more interesting, clever, and witty than I am. Steve, well, I'm really glad that you know Vacation and that was me. That was my first movie ever. And basically I just went in a bunch of times to audition for Harold Ramis, who was the director, having really I think not really an understanding of what the lines that I had, what they truly meant. But I think that's sort of why I got it, because if I knew it might have been more weird. I think that's what made it funny, that I wasn't really sure of the weight of what I was saying. But I had a great time doing that, and I always find it funny to go back and watch it because it's on TV, you know, and sometimes I'll catch it, and it always makes me laugh because we got to pick our own wardrobe in that show. They actually sent us to the Kmart in Colorado where we were filming and said we could pick whatever we wanted to wear. And I somehow picked the tightest jeans and a midriff shirt before they were even popular. Put on a side pony and said, "This is my character." So I think it was a sign of times to come. If my parents ever wonder why I get the parts and take the parts that I do now, they should look at that as a sign. Well, Adam, yes, I did swoon for Ewan McGregor, and even more so when I got to know him. He's a fantastic person, so sexy, so talented, so nice, so professional. I can't say enough great things about him. He's the real deal and amazing. Yeah, Ewan McGregor is just delicious. And some days during our warm-ups, because in England they give you vocal and physical warm-ups before each show, which we don't do here, but it's mandatory. Some days he would just wear his underwear, and that was very exciting. Well, Serena, I always feel sort of awkward, you know, having any advice for people, because I always feel like I'm still trying to figure out it myself every day. But if you are trying to do this, I would just say believe in yourself, take as many lessons and train as much as you can, and have belief and perseverance, because it takes time and some luck as well. Well, Doris, that's very, very sweet of you. I would love to one day play Roxy in Chicago. I was asked a few times, I will say, but it was when I was living in Los Angeles doing Ally McBeal, and there wasn't enough time during my break, because our hiatus during Ally McBeal was very short, for me to have come back and done a stint in it. But maybe one day I will. I think it's one of those great parts that's out there, so maybe it will happen. Well, Susan, not everyone does ask this. And I'm always delighted to be reminded of the memory. It was pretty cool. The awkward thing always is they seem to always schedule your sex scene or kiss scene or makeup scene first thing on the schedule. So I always find that bizarre. So literally at 7 in the morning, I walked into that limo and said, "Hi, I'm Jane." He said, "Hi, I'm Jude." I got on top and we started filming. So, and that's a day in the life of an actress. Marcus, Grand Hotel was a very special experience to me. It was a new musical, based on the novel, based on the movie, but at the time we did sort of the very full experience of creating a new musical, and that was thrilling for me because I'd never had that experience. Meaning basically we did a workshop for 6 weeks where we would read chapters 1 through 5 of the novel, and then the next day Tommy Toon, the director, would say everyone just improvise chapters 1 through 3, and then we would write down specific dialogue that was worthy of taking, and then we would do the same thing with musical numbers. So it was a very creative experience. Ultimately, we opened in New York practically almost a year after we had originally started, and the show became a big hit, and I really loved that character. I absolutely loved working with Michael Jeter and David Carroll. It was one of those dreamy experiences, and I learned so much from Michael, and it was such an incredible experience to watch what happened to Michael during that production and have his life and career change from that role. It was very exciting and thrilling to watch and to be a small part of. It was one of my favorite experiences I've ever had, and because that was my first role on Broadway as a human, because I had previously played a train in Starlight Express. Bridget, I think I would most like to live. This is a tough one because I have many, many answers, but I am sort of very thrilled by the 20s and the speakeasy times and the celebrated debauchery, and where women were exerting their independence and their sexuality all at the same time. So I sort of I love playing roles in that time period. I'm always sort of intrigued by what was going on in society at that time. So I think I would have really loved to have been around then. Well, Tony. All I can say is I'm single now. Enough said, contact Broadway.com. Poor Paul, he's gonna get like 3 requests from everybody on the internet. Only 3. Thank you so much, everyone, for your questions, and I really appreciate you writing in, and I hope you got to learn a little bit more about me through my answers, and thanks for always coming to see the shows I'm in. See you soon.